What's up? Welcome back to another video. My name's Elmer, the forklift guy. Today we got a long day for you. Right now we're gonna pick up some parts at UPS. We got two jobs to do today. One's gonna be pretty big at Marina on a really big hoist forklift. So stick around, follow along, leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe if this is your first time to the channel. And we just picked up the two packages. We have an alternator here. We got a bunch of filters. I think we got a lot of services to do this week on some big equipment, so let's just open it up, see what we got. Yes, we got a bunch of filters. This is for a SkyTrack that we'll do later this week. This is an alternator water pump belt for the same SkyTrack boom lift, and then this should be the alternator. Yeah, so this will be what we'll replace later on today. Yeah, we're headed to the marina, so we'll see you guys when we get there. All right, so we're here with this gigantic thing. Today's we are doing the steer on both sides. We're doing steer links, bushings. I guess you can call it tie rod, whatever, but it's just the link between the steer cylinder and the wheel. They have a ton of play, and it's wearing out the tire prematurely, and that goes down with the quality of the tire. I noticed how much play it had because I had replaced one of the studs on here that came off, and I took this off. Once I lifted it up, I was moving the wheel and it had a ton of play. It would just go clink, 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 clink. This is a hoist Neptune model M250s. It's a gigantic forklift. It's got a Cummins diesel engine inside of it, and I really enjoy working on these things. So let's get to it. All right, so I'm looking at the data plate, and it weighs, the truck total weight plus or minus 5% is 86,300 pounds, which is insane. Your load center is here, 168 inches, and it gets us farther away. And then your capacity is 25,000. And it starts going down depending on the height and the load center. I'm gonna put some chokes in the front. These are little, but it'll help. Just for safety reasons, because we're going to be lifting up the rear. Yeah, so this is like the small jack I always use, and this is just a 4-ton, and this is just a Pittsburgh. You can get this at Harbor Freight. This one is just a regular bottle jack, but it's 20 tons, so it's rated for like more than 40,000 pounds. Sorry, this is a 30 ton, so this is like 60,000 pounds. This is what I've used before on this one, and it lifts up pretty good. So we're gonna try this first and see what happens, and then oh, there we go. Good? Yeah. I just gotta get it high enough to where these pins and the link arm are loose, so that when I hit it with the hammer, it comes out. If there's too much pressure on the tire, I won't be able to move it to get the... So now if you come over here and you look inside, yeah, so that's the movement that I noticed when I took this wheel out before. And so these pins here, I'm replacing the pins. I'm replacing this link arm, and then inside this link arm goes a spherical bushing. You know, it rotates like this depending on what the forklift is doing. So all that wears out over time, and they do a lot of really tight turns here. There we go. That's what we like to see. So technically gasoline's like a way better cleaner than, for example, if you use like brake cleaner. So I just spray some gas like this, and then I use a brush. It just gets all the heavy stuff off first, all the heavy grease, and then you can hit it with some brake cleaner if you want. All the grease is melting away, kind of, but yeah, you just get all the big stuff off, all the chunks. But I mean, look how much cleaner that is just off a couple of sprays of... So you can see all the wear it has on it. So all that is worn out. So now I can slide this off. And then this is the spherical bearing. So this rotates as depending on the wheel itself. A spherical bearing will help a lot more than a stationary one, just because of the angle the tire gets sometimes. We gotta remove the other side.
We're getting both back.
We gotta remove that pin too. That was gonna be a little bit difficult to do because I can't really stick a hammer in there. I might be able to stick it through here, but I'll have to remove the other side first. But anyways, what we'll do now is put the spherical bearings in here. We'll probably reuse the grease fittings on there. This is what a new pin looks like compared to the other one. There we go. So this is not worn out at all. So this is the new spherical bearing. Yeah. The only bad thing about these are sometimes hard to get new pins in because, you know, they could be like this and you hit it down and it won't go. You have to get it just in the perfect angle. Even then, like, it's not going in, so.
Some stupid memes like, Milwaukee, don't do that.
Alright, so there's some high strength sleeve retainer. We'll put this on here, just a dab.
It's just pouring half the bottle.
You seen that meme? It's like, girl's like, she's like mixing a drink. She's like, all right, 2 shots of vodka, and then she pours like half the bottle in, and then it cuts to like a guy falling off the stairs.
Of the mobile home.
Yeah. All right, we'll use a socket. Oh no.
Nice.
This has to go in like perfectly straight, or else it'll get crooked and.
Tony Stark built this with a box of scraps.
A little bit more. I think that's perfect. It's gotta be like even on both sides. Let's give it a good ugga dugga. Almost there. Oh no. Oh, okay. See, this one's not as bad. It's got the mark of the, you know, the bearing, but it's not as bad as this one. See the difference? Oh, it's not that bad. Not as bad as I thought. Alright, there goes one. And I think the other one you have to put it from the bottom up because this is shorter than this distance. Hey. See, when you loop things up, they go in easier. Alright, that was not as bad as I thought.
No, right? That wouldn't quick.
Worse. Bam, bam. One side done. Let's just test it out real quick, see if there's any play. And if there is a little bit of play after, even sometimes when you put it new, there might be a little bit of play, but you know.
Gotta get like the preset
Sometimes it has to do with the spindle, which is this part here. This spindle sometimes wears out too, so it might give the illusion that there's play, but see, no play whatsoever. Before, this was moving super easy. No movement. Let's go. Job well done. Thank you, thank you. All right, so we moved on to the left side. This has a ton of play too, as you can tell. So we're gonna clean, just like we did on the right side, clean all the grease off first, all the debris. Then go over with some brake cleaner, remove the pins, remove the link arms, put new spherical bushings in, and then we'll be done with this side. Make sure you also, I got blocks of wood on that side, I also got blocks of wood here, just in case. You just always want to be as safe as possible, because this is a ginormous machine. And safety first always. Just make sure that every time you're lifting any piece of equipment up, you're being super careful. So we're gonna start with gasoline again, clean everything off, and then boom. We're actually going a little bit ahead of schedule. I thought this would take a little bit longer just because of the size, and sometimes these bushings, I do all the PMs on these machines, so obviously I grease everything, but some people don't do maintenance on their machines, so they don't grease these pins, so they're insanely difficult to take out sometimes. But as you saw on the right side, it was very simple. So let's get this side done and go on to the next job. Oh. Jeez. Get some love taps.
Those are not love taps.
This side's a lot easier. The reason it's doing that, where this side wants to get locked up, is because when it creates this little ridge here, it like sometimes doesn't want to move, it gets welded in there.
You got stuck on the ridge?
Yeah, so this side's a little more smooth, doesn't have as much wear. So now I can do this, and I might be able to get it free easier. Alright, so we've been trying to get this pin out for about an hour now, and I'm kind of tired of beating on it. I've got it moving up and down slightly, but it won't rotate enough to get the locking pin out. So I'm going to take some heat to it. When in doubt,
Throw fire on it.
throw some fire on it. You just want to be able to get the rust out, basically. Heat it up to where it expands, and then it's gonna cool down with some water, and it'll shrink. Hopefully be able to move it after that. Almost there. Yeah.
Let's go.
Woo. Hopefully I didn't mushroom this thing. You met your match today. Oh man. There's no better feeling than that. I'm just kidding, there's better feelings. But that's pretty good feeling as a mechanic.
Oh my gosh, I'm flying.
I knew it. I knew this thing was broken.
That's what's been causing us problems.
Yeah. Those spherical bearings, when they go bad, I mean, Merry Christmas! To get out. Alright, so everything is greased. Pins are in, link armors are in, spherical bearings are in, greased and ready to go. Let's test out the tire real quick, make sure there's no play. No play. That's what we like. That's what I like. We're fully done now. This is the before and after. This is how dirty and destroyed it was before. And then this is all brand new and greased and ready to go. All right, that's it for here. Yeah, we're headed to the next job. So, wait, do I need to say that? I don't need to say that. I just say bye. Till next time, please like, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, for following. Again, I'm Elmer, the forklift guy. And let's get the heck out of here because it's hot and we gotta go eat. Bye.